What's up guys, Vilisink back again with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and in this one it is going to be some of my favourite debuffers I've got on my account that I've used probably going back 2 years. We're going to talk about a few of them today, why I like them and so forth, and I have a small list so it's going to be a good one. You know, might give you some interest in certain champions. I'll show you the builds of these champions as well. That potentially could help you with the build ideas. And I think it's really cool. So jump into the champions page. And the first champion as part of my favorite debuffers is Stagnite. Stagnite, one reason that he is so good is that Palladium fucked up. They give Stagnite to us for free. You just have to play the game long enough, log in, as part of this login system, like Haikatoon and then Stag, Tanix, Cell and so forth. Can't remember the exact amount of days he is, but Stagnite is a free champion and he is bloody good. I remember getting this champion, I remember being excited to 6-star this champion, I remember just loving this champion. So quickly, he has a multi-hit, 2-hitter decreased speed in the A1, which is good pretty much anywhere. His AoE, 100% chance when you book it, 3-turn cooldown, decreased defense, decreased attack for 2 turns, which is amazing, be it clan boss. You want to nuke a wave, you want to get your debuffs up first, take him to Doom Tower against the boss, everywhere. He has a very good passive, also places increased accuracy buff on an ally for 1 turn when that ally has a debuff resisted by an enemy. So if Stag is with Ninja and his Ninja's A1 decreased defense does not land, automatically he gets increased accuracy. 50% increased accuracy. Now that we've seen the kit, I'll show you its perception and accuracy, and I'll show you the full stats. This is a build I am very proud of. 47,000 HP, 2.7k defense, 247 speed, so hella fast, decent HP. The sustainability is quite good, reasonable crit rate, reasonable crit damage, and most importantly, reasonable accuracy at 383. A free champion, a brilliant champion, a champion everybody should invest in, because he will help you just leaps and bounds. You cannot describe the help you're going to get from Stagnite. Just trust me. It's a champion that you have to invest in. It should be law. Another debuffer. We're going back to the rares for this one, and it is everybody, or my favourite, decreased defense champion that is rare. She's Another reason that she is so good is that she's farmable, guys. You can get her from stage 9 Deadlands. Just keep doing it if you're leveling up some food. At the end of the day, you're going to get a War Maiden. She is so good. She is absolutely just ridiculously good. So the poison on the A1 single hit, it's okay. I mean, early clan boss is okay. Still potential, but now while you use her, increase attack buff on herself, and places an extra hit if she crits, which is situational, not my favourite type of move. But this is it here. Crumbling Blast, attacks all enemies, 4 books to get to 100% chance, 2 turn on a 3-turn cooldown, 100% chance to land the big version decreased defense. But I think there's very few champions in the game that have this. War Maiden potentially the only rare. Don't quote me on it, but I know that she's damn good. Now her build is a build that has changed so many times. And I think I changed it again for some reason. I think I'm still in the middle of tweaking it. Where she has respectable HP. I believe this build might be changing because her accuracy is lower, which is very interesting to me. 206 speed, 240 accuracy. The attack and all that stuff's not important. HP, I'm going to make that a bit higher, 37,000, but for being a farmable champion you get from campaign, she has the big version of decreased defense, 100% chance to land. It's just very early accounts. You're going to go through the game, you're going to get War Maiden, you're going to see just how good she is. She's one of my favourites. Next up, another one of my favourite debuffers is Vilisink. Now, she used to suck. Vilisink used to be Vilisink the Underwhelming, but she was changed. So A1, 80% chance decreasing the turn meter by 15%, boost to 100%. She'll get the turn meter that other people lose, but AoE decrease speed debuff for 2 turns. Amazing. So good. Hydra. She's in my Faction Wars 21 team. I can take her into Dragon. You can take her in Ice Golem. You can take her into Spider, Fire Knight. To also give you some ally protection, as well as an AoE provoke and a shield on herself. So she went from being underwhelming to kind of overpowered. Strong provoke, decreased speed. Take her wherever you need to take her, and she will not let you down. She sits at 44,000 HP, 3.2k defense, 231 speed. I believe she has crit, which is high, purely because there's speed in the gloves. Otherwise, I would try half HP gloves. A 322 accuracy, and she also has a defense banner. So interesting. Another one after her, after they changed her kit, she just became so damn good. It's ridiculous. Strong provoke, strong decrease speed, all around a fantastic champion. And she's free 270 days. Yes, it's 270 days. It's a very long time to wait to get that champion, but the wait is definitely worth it, because from where you are, the progression you'll get after that point when you get her, or be it your teams, be able to clear things quicker, or if it is Faction Wars, she'll help you immensely. Quick shout out, haven't built her yet, but I will be. Put your feet up on the A1, block debuffs on all allies for 2 turns, do fear on enemies who have buffs stolen. Midnight Ritual, what she is known for, decrease attack, decrease speed. She doesn't have masses, this isn't built, this is just a little shout out. So I'm going to build her, and she is bloody annoying. If you face her in arena, she is damn annoying. The amount of Madame Ceres champions that have removed my buffs almost got me nuked. It is just unfair. So I want to go a shout out to another champion. She's known more as a reviver, potentially a healer. But if you look at her kit, she does have a single hit on her A1, decreased speed debuff for 2 turns, and turn meter decreasing. So decreased speed again, a buff that is really strong against Griffin, Doom Tower bosses in general. You have dungeons. If you put the decreased speed up, you also decrease the turn meter. You're effectively letting a teammate, one of your champions, go to take a turn. So decreased speed is really good. You might see it in a few champions. We have AoE 2 times, stun for a turn. So if the first hit doesn't get him, the second hit will. You get an AoE, you're getting 2 AoEs basically. Boom boom. A lot of damage if you blow her that way. But if you, again, she's in a stun set just to kind of back up this stun. But even not in a stun set, this is very strong. Her A3 is just ally protection and a revive. But she's absolutely known for the stun. If I'm thinking of a CC champion rather than reviving heals, I will now take in Sil because of the stun set. One of my favourite builds by far. I mean, Relentless could be good, but the stun set Sil is just truly amazing. Pardon me. 50k HP, 3.4k defense, 208 speed. Because the stun set allows me to go that fast. I wish it could be faster. I'll have to check my gear to see if that's possible. Crit rate, crit damage not important. 256 accuracy. It's a little bit lower, but we have the stun set, so regardless, on every one of her moves, A1 or A2, I still get a chance to land that stun. She's Ash's favourite champion. Heals, revives, ally protection, but most importantly, stuns, decreased speed, just amazing debuffs. One of the best. Again, Palladium, you messed up. You gave her to us for free. Now, next, I want to mention a champion that people might say, come on, he's a damage dealer. And you're right. If built with crit rate and crit damage, I've got videos of a 5,000 attack beast of a ninja. Yes, he can be a damage dealer. But if you look at his kit, decreased defense for 2 turns, single enemy attack on the A1, HP burn on the A2, which detonates against bosses, and a freeze on the A3, reducing the cooldown of hail burn by 1 turn. But if you build him with sustainability, regen and immortal, effectively so he can solo quite a lot of content. He'll heal off of every turn, he'll stay alive. The HP, I mean, if I could get it higher, I would take it higher. It's 61,000 about now. I was aiming 70 when I did the build, but we'll take a look at it. If you make him quick enough, you give him HP, give him regen, and give him accuracy to land debuffs and some resistance. Again, his resistance could be a little bit higher, but I chose War Master for some damage to accentuate that debuffs, because that's pretty much what I'm using him for. I'm using him for the freeze. I'm using him for the HP burn, decreased defense. It's 62,000 HP almost. 2k defense. Attack 2.7 but not important. 213 speed. 213 resist. 273 accuracy. And this again is one of my favourite builds. I had him in Perception before. Really powerful build, but this is something different that people probably won't build their ninja like. They'll probably build him differently. But for me, this build is a lot of fun. If all your champions get wiped out and Ninja stays alive, you'll take turn after turn, he'll keep healing himself, and he will make you proud. So that's Ninja. Next up, it's amazing how many free champions, be it login, campaign, or fragments, I've actually mentioned. I'm starting to think that there's a bit of a theme here. Now, Dexter Bloodspin is from the Bazaar, so do your 3v3, get your bars. When you get Dexter, it disappears, you only get one, and you should take one because he's really good. I find multiple builds for him, and pretty much he'll have attacks on enemy 3 times, so the triple hitter is quite nice. Chance to place HP burn for 2 turns. Heals him by 20% of the damage inflicted if the target is under a HP burn. Oh, cool. Chance to land HP burn, so much damage. Clan boss, Hydra clan boss, everywhere. It is ridiculous. Especially if they can't cleanse it off. AoE, chance to land a provoke debuff for 1 turn. And if you So it increases to 100% with it under a HP burn, which they will be. Also places a decreased attack debuff for 2 turns if the provoke is placed. So on provoke you get then decreased attack. There's even more debuffs than you think. It's a very strong move. You also, when placing a HP burn debuff for 2 turns on the attacker when hit, that chance goes to 75%, which is decent. And the resistance increases by 10 for every enemy under a HP burn. Stacks to 50. So in Spider, for instance, he would have 357 resistance. He's currently in a sustainability kind of build. I've seen people build lifesteal. I was debating looking at this build purely because I like the stats. I just would like a bit more HP. I get 43,500 HP, 3.2k defense, 226 speed, 307 resist, 323 accuracy. So he resists pretty much 99% of what he gets hit with. He lands pretty much what he needs to land, and he's really good with that provoke because it's forcing people to attack him, and if they are forced to attack him, they're going to get the HP burn, then they may get the decreased attack up. A very strong champion, and you get him for free. Yeah, it's 100 days, you can get a fragment per day, but it's absolutely worth it if you're, regardless of where you are, go for Dreadstar Bloodwin. He's so fun. Even if you use him just as a CC with a high accuracy, no damage like I have, you give him more damage if you wanted to. But keep him alive. Let him just have people attack him. Let them burn to death, and you'll have a good time. So next up we have Silar, who I cannot put into words how much I love this champion. AoE on every single hit. No debuffs on the A1, decrease accuracy on the A2, which is decreasing it by 50%. So if somebody's coming in 800 accuracy, it's 400 afterwards. If they've got 1000, it's 500. So it is removing a lot of accuracy from your enemies, which will in effect save you from being debuffed most likely. So will decrease turn rate of all enemies by 40%, also decrease speed. We've seen decreased speed quite a lot, but if you decrease the speed by 30% and then decrease turn meter, the enemies will not take a turn. Do you want to know where Silar can be extremely annoying? Arena. If she's after Arbiter, then into Silar, you're done. You're screwed. Or if Sandra goes to Silar, then it goes to somebody else. You're screwed. You ain't getting a turn. Good aura for Facet Crypts. I put her in a stun set. It's one of the faster stun sets that I have. And I can't tell you how much I love this champion. It's just amazing. The faction wars, pretty much no stages get a turn. If they do, they ain't doing much. Because Silar's always coming back with another turn to lock you out. Or it'll be Vilisink putting the provoke up. Also in the 21 team for faction wars. Super powerful champion. And has AoEs on all her moves, so this is probably one of the best gear sets to put her in. Again, if you have Silar, please invest in her if you can. Even at 50, Silar is a monster. 36k HP, 2.8k defense, 248 speed, 152 resist, and 334 accuracy. She just have an accuracy banner. She, I believe, took it from Vilisink. The Silar build for me is quite cool. I'm always looking at certain builds to kind of try and improve them. One I want to improve is actually Septimus, which might be done in a different video. But if I can make her faster, give her more HP, I will. But realistically, I just want her to go faster. And I feel like that I achieved that. I feel like I've got a nice build here. And I feel like she brings fantastic debuffs. Decrease accuracy, decrease speed. And if you throw a stun set on her, she brings the stuns also. Super OP. Absolutely super OP. So the final champion that we're going to talk about. I mean, we could talk about a lot more champions. I want to quickly mention Akoth the Seared, who effectively rewrote the Spider 24-25 textbook for me. I was messing around with Sil, Monster, and him, and it was like 4-minute clears. You put in a couple of gold hearts in like a minute 40 seconds or a minute 30 seconds on stage 25 Spider. If I get Renegade working somehow, it could be quicker. But it depends on the speed, because that would mess up the other team she's involved with. But Akoth is Seared is just a monster. He is. Decrease crit rate debuff for 2 turns on the A1. Single enemy attack. Could come in handy, you never know. AoE HP burn debuff. So it's an AoE which is good. It's a HP burn which is good. The chance of placing the debuff increases by 20% for each alive enemy. If you take him into Spider, where there's about 12 little spiderlings, that goes up to 100% for sure. If you add it all up, it's probably closer to 300%. Which means damn sure you're going to land that HP burn if you pass the accuracy check. And that is the reason Akoth for a fusion. Again, he's free. Jesus, man, I've picked so many free champions. I'm sure it was like Doom Tower, I believe. He could be from Doom Tower. He is just ridiculous. If you're not familiar with Akoth, I implore you, go and do some video watching. You'll be very, very impressed by what you see. He has an AoE, chance to increase the cooldowns of all skills by 2 turns when enemies under HP burn, which is quite nice, and he gives himself a shield. And if Rail's in the same team, they have a bit of synergy. But he rewrote the Spider book for me. He also helped me get past 21 Demon Spawn Faction Wars, along with Duchess and so forth. He's super overpowered for a free epic champion. And he's in the stun set because if he's putting out HP burn on an AoE, and that if there's only 5 spiderlings alive, it's going to 100%, and he'll land that HP burn on everybody there. If you add a stun set to that, you get HP burn and stuns. When it's their turn to take a turn, they ain't going to get it, but yet they're going to burn to a crisp. The mother spider will take a vast amount of damage, and you can kill it a hell of a lot quicker because you're CCing the spiderlings. It can also be used in faction wars and potentially dungeon progression. 45k HP, 143 attack, that important, 3.4k defense. Just to stay alive, 163 speed, and he's that speed for a reason, because it works. 308 accuracy, resistance, crit damage, crit rate, not really important. I basically use him to just burn down Spider, which he does very well. I'm sure there's videos on the channel, so feel free to check them out. But Stun Set Akoth is one of my favourite builds also. So I think that pretty much summarises it for that video. I wanted to go over some of my favourite debuffers. Again, Ninja could be questionable because he does hit very hard, but realistically, so does Stag. So I'll leave it up to you guys, but that's the ones I've tried, I've tested, I've built, and I can give you some pretty strong, solid information on. As always, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was useful. Let me know some of your favourite champions in the comments section. Stay safe, keep on raiding, and I'll catch you in the next video.